Amid the debate, authorities on the scene at the U.S.-Mexico border are beginning to release migrants anywhere they want into the United States, simply on the promise that they will register with ICE. This is the reporting by AXIOS that shows, shockingly enough, 50,000 migrants released. In their words, few report to ICE. STEF, KIGHT, author of that Axios report, has been following migration trends for Axios. Steph, good to see you. We appreciate it. As we understand this process, people are sort of captured or rounded up and then given just like a handshake or a piece of paper. What does the federal government know about all these folks?
Well, typically when migrants would cross the border, they'll be apprehended by border agents who then will process them, get the basic information about them. And what usually happens is they're released with a notice to appear in immigration court. So their immigration process has already begun by the time that they're released by border officials. But lately, because certain sectors have been so overrun and agents have been so short-staffed, that they've begun releasing some, mostly families and adults, into the U.S. Without that notice to appear in court, and instead giving them a paper that tells them to report to an ICE office. It usually means they give them a sheet of paper that has a bunch of different addresses and contact information for different ICE offices across the country. So the idea is the migrants can cross, they can get to their final destination. Most migrants have family already in the U.S. that they're planning to reunite with. And then the goal is to get them to go to the ICE office.
Of these 50,000, these are 50,000 that the government knows about and have captured in one way or another who've come across. Forget all the ones that have come across and we haven't captured, but any idea where these 50,000 people are?
There's really no way to know for sure. I had the opportunity to go to the border in April and was able to visit one of the nonprofit houses where a lot of migrants will pass through. And you could see different travel checks all over the office that shows that migrants are going all over the place in the U.S. So there's no real way to track this until they show up to an ICE office and give information. And certainly some have, but at this point, most have not so far.
We want to be clear, this is different than catch and release, because what you're describing makes catch and release seem like tough law enforcement.
This is different from catch and release merely because they don't have that immigration court date set. So there's no legal immigration process that has already started. So it really puts the burden on migrants to show up. And the one thing that kind of incentivizes them to do so is that they could potentially get a work permit if they're asylum seekers and they're waiting here. They could work legally if they show up and start that process.
Based on your reporting, it doesn't seem as though that incentive is done that much, because only 2.4% have registered, right?
About 13% of the 50,000 have actually showed up and gone to ICE.
Okay.
And far more have not. And I will say that there's a 60-day time frame that migrants are given to show up to these offices, and about 27,000 of that 50,000, so a good number, are still within that 60 days, but still have not shown up to an ICE office so far.
Wow. And if they show back up to an ICE office, that just simply begins the immigration process all over again, in other words. So it's not like them showing up means that they're going to show up and be deported.
Exactly. That starts the immigration process. Most of these migrants are asylum seekers and are wanting to go through that asylum process.
Steph, great reporting. Keep up the hard work and come back to us when you got more scoops, all right?
Will do. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Incredible. The immediate impact of this influx of migrants is felt by those closest to the border. Steph pointed that out. We bring in Don McLaughlin of